So, Ben, we're pretty good with this whole digital broadcasting thing. We've been doing this podcast. This is the 100th episode, of course. We've been on it for almost the whole 100. You've been on 80-something. I've been on 90-something. But we weren't actually the first people to do the NLSC podcast. Were you aware of this, Ben?
Yeah, kind of sad. I would have liked to take the credit for those who had originally started it, because
I know, yeah.
I think we took it above and beyond what they did.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, but, maybe they've got a different point of view, so how about we talk to them? Welcome back to the show, everyone. John, JaoSming.
Back again.
That seems only appropriate. And of course, Leftos.
No, I'm not participating in this. Not the way you opened it. Like, we took it, we took it beyond what this guy's ever did. Like, we're obviously better than them.
But dude, the segue.
What segue? Dude, no. I am not participating in this. I might be happy to be back on the podcast, even with that guy called John on it. Like, I mean, really, what has he done? Like, okay, he got hired, sure. He's, like, working on...
Yeah, what have you done, John? I mean, you haven't been around. I wrote a scathing letter about it. I mean...
Yeah, that was...
In Comic Sans, nonetheless.
It started, exciting. That letter started exciting where you were throwing at him, and then, you just went all polite. Oh, God, we'll have to censor this, too. I am not paying attention. Like, I'm on the podcast, and immediately I go into podcast mode. Because I know what podcast mode is, because I started the thing. Boom!
No, it's not podcast mode. It's Andrew has to edit this. So
yes, exactly. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna curse all the way to the bank, baby.
Newbies.
Seriously, but so yes, John, we have lost you in a sense. Of course, you are still around the community and doing the hard work at 2K, just as Leftos is now. Different area, of course. Thought we could talk to you a little bit about that, and I know a little bit of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I think some people were like, "Oh my God, is Andrew caught off guard with this?" No, I didn't wake up that day and oh my God, I've lost my assistant administrator to 2K. No, I was aware of what was going on. But for the kind folks at home, any stories and the sitcom that happened when you stayed with Leftos briefly?
Dude, okay, first of all, it was crazy. It was just crazy just to going back from Vermont to California. I 3 times, I believe, yeah. First to, interview and everything, then come back and to Vermont, and then fly out here to start. And then I waited like 3 weeks to go back and get my wife and kids out here, which we all flew back together on delayed flights with a 2.5-year-old and 8-month-old.
Sounds fun.
Awesome. Totally do that again. Just totally. With the delays and everything. It was beautiful being stuck in JFK for 4 hours. Oh. But it's awesome. And like I said, like you said, for those weeks out here before my family came out here, I got to room with my best buddy, Lex. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm telling you guys,
I'm not going to respond to the best buddy sentiment, but...
Nice.
When I came out for the interview, it was call me when you get here, because he's a little busy making this game that we kind of play every once in a while, off and on. We kind of touch on it a couple times in this podcast.
WWE 2K?
Oh, exactly. So it's just like, so we're both on our cell phones. I'm on my little track phone from Vermont, not this, iPhone I'm holding now. And he comes out, and it's just magical. We just look across the courtyard at each other, and I go, "Is that you?" And then he hangs up, and we just slow motion prance towards each other for the most manly bro hug ever. We would have broke the internet if I got high speed on that sucker, okay?
You break your shirts every day. Well, I mean,
there was music and stuff. We had
fireworks,
Stauffer out there with the boombox over his head.
Do you remember it this way too, Leftos, or is this just like John's headcanon? I mean, it just...
That was exactly how it happened, especially the part where the red-headed white guy is carrying the boombox over his head.
Okay, so we don't need to test John for. So we don't need to test John if he's been drinking the hard water, do we?
That California
Hard
water,
water.
man.
Dude, this water is terrible. Like, I miss my well water so bad.
My water right now is gin.
Right now, as if it's not all the time. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm drinking
And it's tough too.
I'm drinking a metal glass. You know those milkshake glasses,
Yeah.
metal ones. I'm drinking one of those full of gin right now.
Oh,
And I mean,
3 p.m.
You know, I thought this was going to be a podcast about, John and him being with me at the Maybe we should turn this into an intervention for another one of our friends, Ben. So
Is this
Ben...
the part where I make the Australian joke?
No, please.
You don't even want to know what I'm into at the moment, but
What time is it for you guys? What time is it there?
4 p.m. for me.
Oh my God!
3 p.m. for me, and I've been
This
drinking.
makes it even worse.
What? It's after 2,
Seriously?
after midday, after 11,
5 o'clock somewhere.
after 10. Yeah, exactly.
Possibly New Zealand somewhere.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God.
But,
I had to drink
Terrible.
something. I had to drink
But
something for this reunion.
it's true. But speaking of things that were written in a drunken haze, I did write you that letter, John. The comic fans. I know how much you enjoyed it. So because I said I would. Leftos got the Friday 5 send off. You got the you got
Dan
that.
Gilbert send off.
Printed, and I'm just waiting for the frame.
Yeah.
And it's going to be framed on my desk. I kid you not.
So what you're saying though is that you didn't film this the meeting between you and Leftos. There's no footage from when you were living together for a couple of weeks. So this is not going to appear on 2K TV. Is this what you're saying?
Other than some photos, no, I don't think we took any. Which is disappointing. Like in retrospect, now that you mention it, I wish we had done that.
I really need to get back there and get the hidden cameras out of his apartment. Can you leave your key on my desk again?
You know where I keep my key now. That's the worst part. I'm gonna come back home one day and you'll be like, "Yeah, the girls were being too noisy. This is my place now."
Hey, Leftos, what's going on?
Don't Don't
Who's
go
this
there,
girl?
please. Don't go there.
But I mean,
it was amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for that, John. Let's pretend that I'm really good with the ladies here. Thank you.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. No.
All those Tinder swipes.
I want to talk about Tinder a bit later on. So the story, this whole slow motion thing, happened almost exactly as John said it. I mean, there was no boombox or anything, but it was like we were on opposite sides of the corridor that separates the Hangar 9 from Hangar 10 that TK has. So, and, we saw each other from a distance, and we were under each other, and we hugged. It was really nice. The best part about this whole thing, about this whole story, was John's very first reaction to, this whole story starting. Like, I want John to tell the story, though.
It was amazing. Like, okay, so we get me all signed in and all set up and, to go upstairs and see everyone and see the offices for the first time. And it's just jaw-dropping, as we've all seen the Borderlands box thing. The place is huge. So he's just bringing me around just nonchalantly, just, hey, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so, and yeah, this is Mike Wang. Okay. Hi, Mike. Just like trying just not to let the inner fanboy just go completely, oh my God, it's Mike Wang.
It was like people were asking him questions, and I took him by like 4 or 5 different offices, and people were asking him questions. Best thing he could muster up, and it was the same phrase he said. He responded to everyone, "I'm here." That was it. Like, that's the best thing. Those are the 2 words he put together. Yeah. On his interview day. That was amazing.
Dude, and it was just like, it's just eat it all in, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if this was going to be a thing that was actually going to happen or anything else. So I was just going to eat it all in right there. Yeah. Enjoy every friggin' second. And what was nice is that, like, after the interview and everything, I was still, I guess, allowed. I don't know if I was allowed or not. Jeff looked a little weird when he saw me later in the day. But Leftos kept me around for a while, and and we were walking around. Every freaking time I walked by Mike Wang, I just get a loud JaoSming as I walked by.
It is true. It is true.
I'm sitting just going left. I was like, freaking Mike Wang is yelling JaoSming every time. These people aren't supposed to know who I am. It's PC. it's PC stuff. Like, no one's supposed to know about this.
Yeah. Not quite as ignored as everyone thought.
So here's the best part. We're wrapping down the day. It was after the interview and everything, and I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep the night before, and of course the flights and everything. So I was exhausted, and I'm about to head out, and Leftos said, "Oh wait, there's someone else we need to go meet." So we walk around the offices. JaoSming. I was like, keep walking, and walks me into this office and says, "Hey, figure you might want to." Meet this guy, and so he stands up, shake his hand. I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "Good." And left us like, "This is John. This is JaoSming." And he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Instant like, "Oh my God, it's Scott Gallagher."
It was funny.
It's a random guy. I don't know who this guy is. It's Scott.
It was so funny. Like, for the first 10 seconds, I was expecting them to immediately recognize each other, or at least John to recognize Scott. It was for 10 seconds, they had no clue who was introduced to whom.
So what's funny is that when I got there for my first day, before starting, Leftos had one piece of advice for me. You need to calm the hell down and stop acting such a fanboy. Because when you were here for the interview, you just went around going, "I'm here," and all excited and going, little, fangirl stuff all around everything and going, "This is amazing. This is code. Wow." And
you guys have donuts?
This is unreal. You mean the seats turn? So he's just like, "You need to calm down and take it down." I'm good, dude. This is a job now. We're perfectly fine. I get set up and realize that, like, everything is, well, not, it had some rocky starts. Put it this way, people are calling me Jay Smoth around there now because someone didn't know how to hit the I instead of an O in Smith. But I sat down and then, essentially, booted up 2K15 for the first time. And this is like mid-September. And that's when it kind of sank in. And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Leftos. There's no way I'm going to be able to calm the hell down after this." And like, my first instruction was, "Hey, so, we're going to need you to be the community guy. And you need to know this game like the back of your hand." And I was like, "Oh, excuse me, you wish to pay me to become an expert on the game that I've been waiting to get my hands on for the past 9 months?" Okay. Sure.
No.
And then, of course, with everything going on with the, first getting out here and getting everything set up, I didn't get to play the game for about a week and a half, but no, it was an amazing experience. And it just being able to, like, live the dream, guys. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And taking nothing for granted and just enjoying every little part. And he can be mad at all he wants. I haven't stopped being a little fanboy about any of this. I am still walking around giddy.
Well, he's got a year on you, though. Yeah. He's got a year on you to get to, get acclimatized. So,
But I mean, I don't mean to make you censor this or not, but I mean, there have been Jow-gasms over just the most mundane things possible. "Hey, John, so this is going to be your new setup. We got this set up over here. We got this set up over here." And I'm just sitting here, like, in the chair with my feet standing on the ground going, "Ah!" "Hey, so you're going to have a lot more, stuff to do with this. I'm like, "Yes, do it now." And it has just been, it's been right up my alley. But the thing I'm not even being corny about this or trying to legitimize this for any, stupid reason or just trying to say the right thing or anything like this. The thing I love the most is that what I have to do is to be community focused. And the fact that this is just getting started with the show and everything. And I'm not going to say you guys can watch it if you want to, enjoy it if you want to and everything. I hope you do. If not, let me know constructively. But
This show sucks.
Why is there a TV show on my video game?
Well, there's the whole thing saying, this is going to be content at gamers. Well, I'm a gamer. I want to see this sitcom between you and Leftos, and yet we're just sweeping it under the table. What the hell?
Well, we're sweeping out. I got
hand it to me, man.
This year, man. We had the time. The budget wasn't there. We had to bring a couple of people in to, get the lighting good in Leftos' place because, come on, one lamp. One lamp.
No. I'm one game out of millions. Hand it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, seriously, just the fact that essentially it's the roles I've been taking in the community with, organizing the content I was doing on the front page and stuff and doing on the YouTube channel and everything else. But taking that and just exploding it out to a much, much larger scale has just made it feel so dream come true. And that's the best way to put it. And I think they're happy with me, and hopefully I get to stay here. But it's been an absolute blast since day one. And it is, I'm going to say it on air. Thank you, Leftos. He got so mad at me all the time. I kept thanking him just for making everything so much easier for me. He's the go-to guy for everything from where's the bathroom to who do I find for this.
Especially for the bathroom. It's mostly the bathroom.
Seriously, where's the bathroom? John, it's right across the hall from you. You can't miss it. You leave your little area, look, open, eyes.
Who do I beat with the phone book to get this bit of code right?
So,
let me draw you a diagram. But it's been a blast.
Yeah,
that's the best way I can describe it.
No, I'm glad to hear that.
The thing that go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, and of course, thank you for giving you the platform to get you the job. That goes to.
Yeah. Oh no, I've always said it, and I don't mind repeating it. The thing, if it wasn't for the NLSC being run so well and being a community that can cultivate so much great work and allow people to stick around.
Dial it back.
I'm just saying. Go
ahead.
I'm not saying people are perfect. I've said it before. People, I don't really like them. But it's even with that, even with the people that are out there and that enjoy being poisonous and the people that enjoy being just vile and evil, the NLSC has managed to maintain such a great community, and it allowed me to flourish really fast. It allowed, John has been there for years producing all this content, from mods to the news content to the videos that he's been doing on YouTube, which unfortunately didn't get him rich enough, unfortunately for us, because the salary was enticing enough compared to his amazing YouTube earnings. But the thing is, without the NLSC, I don't think John or I would be here at this moment. And we have you, most of everyone, to thank for this, Andrew.
Indeed.
So,
and it's tough for me to put it in any better words than that.
Yeah.
But what I think people need to realize about the NLSC is that it's also about the work that you guys want to put into it. And I'm going to go ahead and just plug the soapbox and just plug the tutorial section that we let anyone post in, as long as it's posted somewhere else, then we move it in there for you. There was no special platform for Leftos or I. There's no special thing that we had that no one else could ever do. Anyone can do any of it, and I meant it when I said people were like, "Oh no, JaoSming's gone, and what are we gonna do this year?" and all that stuff. I was like, "You guys are gonna be fine." I was just some idiot who turned on a program to record the desktop and just made YouTube videos every once in a while to help. And
I wouldn't say that, but I think that I would say to people is to look at your example and have that passion and say, well, okay, I've learned this. Now I'll share that information with other people instead of using it to prop myself up and be this egotistical guy of I invented this or whatever, and we know
it's
unfortunately.
Mine.
Yeah, we know unfortunately some people have taken that approach, but to look at the example the same way that and I've also I'm not spilling the beans here because this is on the same pre-recorded episode. You'll hear this. I recorded to the person that I looked up to coming into the community, Tim Cherner, one of our founders. The same way that I looked at the people that came before me and whose work I admired. People can look what you've done and what you've done, Leftos, and take do take that next step, and So
But the thing I love, and that Leftos says it all the time. It's the passion. It's the passion, and yes, Leftos and I have that passion. That's what drives us. It's what makes us go and be so committed to a basketball video game as we are. And
would I be here 13 years later running the site if I didn't give a damn? I mean, that's we're all.
But the main thing is that there are
users,
and I am not going to call them out by name because they should know who they are. And if they don't know who they are and they're listening to this, I'm pretty sure you understand who I'm talking about. But no, there are people in the forums right now who have that passion that, I could see that similar to Leftos and I, of people who just sit there and do a lot of work for the community, for the game, and just it's in aspect. Like, of course, I had the tutorials thing and Leftos had the programming thing, and everyone's got their own little niche within this. But it's just, I don't know. It's tough to say it again after being cut out twice. And having to restart because I lost my train of thought. But no, it's just the passion is still there, and they're still very passionate community members, and that is what I based on saying. The community is going to be fun, and you guys are going to be fine. And I'm not going anywhere. I still want to be in the community.
And it's
too much fun.
That was the road. Like, I remember when Jeff came to my office and he was like, about TKTV. We're looking for someone that's going to be. I want you to tell me if you have one person from the community that you think that's really passionate about our game, that would be able to produce a lot of community-related content every week. I was like, I'm going to stop you there. I don't even need to think about it. Here's the name. Here's the phone. Just call this guy up. And that led, I give him a few links with John's work, and Jeff comes back into my office and was like, I really love this guy. He saw John's videos and his news articles, and he really loved his work immediately. But the funniest part about this whole thing was Jeff sent him an email. I was doing something completely irrelevant. I had no idea that Jeff had even sent him an email. And suddenly, while I was working on something, I get a call from John, and the first thing he says, is this a joke? I need some context. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like some guy claiming to be Jeff Thomas just emailed me saying he wants to talk to me about a job. Nope.
He's like, get off the phone, print it, sign it, scan it, get back to him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why are you still on the phone with me? It was this conversation where John was in complete disbelief for 2 minutes. So at some point I got tired. I'm like, get off the phone. Why are you still talking to me? You should be replying to Jeff, you idiot. And the thing that he failed to mention...
I'm just sitting here what did you do?
The thing that you failed to mention, the thing that amazes me that you didn't mention it, John, because people don't quite realize how passionate John is about Blacktop. They see him joking around and they see him making videos, but, he does tutorials about all this kind of stuff. So he's in my office. He has signed the NDA, right? So he's not going to reveal anything. It was his interview day. He was not allowed to reveal anything or, Yeah, I can say what happens to people, but it's like Vegas style. We break your leg, stuff like that. So he wasn't allowed to share anything. So it was like, okay, now that you have signed, now that you have signed the NDA, here's the game. What do you want to do first? Are you gonna try gameplay? Want to see the modes? What do you want to do? He just goes into Blacktop.
Of course.
Seriously, I couldn't believe it. There it was, a brand new game. And he goes straight into 2 versus 2 Blacktop. I'm like, dude, why? Why?
I want to see how it plays. Ooh, is that a shot meter? That's cool.
It was that was the manifestation. That was me thinking that this whole thing with John is just a trope, something that he does as an inside joke now. And I had him there. I was expecting him to, go into my league, which was a new thing, or go into Quick Game and see gameplay and see the presentation or whatever. Nope, Blacktop. This cannot be happening. This is not real. I cannot believe this. But
good.
So the thing that impresses me the most about, I'm gonna kiss ass a bit here. The thing that impresses me the most is that we had to put a team together really, really fast and very silently, so that it wouldn't be leaked that 2KTV was a thing or that we were planning the show, and how quickly the team came together. Like it was brand new people that hadn't worked together before. Because when I joined the company, like I was working with people that had been with the company for 10 years. That's a completely different thing, right? But to hire an all new staff and have them come together and produce such a great show so fast, that was amazing to me. Like that was one of the things that I was like, yep, we can do great work here. If we can get so many people that don't know each other to just come together and work and put this thing out, which was so good. Like I really liked the first episode. I also liked the second episode, but the first episode, I went in with low expectation because it was our first episode, and then I was blown away. Like this is really interesting. I'm really looking forward to watching this every week.
So was the experience like the second coming of the NLSC Podcast experience?
You went there. Okay, fair enough. But that's it.
So Leftos said he said his spiel, but I will say that it's a really it's a tight-knit group. What other cliches can I say? No, and the group that we do have is a very committed and very dedicated, very passionate. There's that word again. Group. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. Working with these guys, and obviously with Rachel too, and it's the amount of ideas and just seeing the expertise, I guess is the way I want to put into everything. I'll go ahead and say it. Alan, our video editor, I guess he's the lead video editor. All the camera work too has just been amazing. Brian just came on, and he's doing video editing too, and he's doing a lot of the special effects and other stuff for us. And then, of course, Rachel is killing it as a host, making it interesting, and stat drops and stuff. It's just like awesome, and how natural she is with those interviews and everything. It's something to behold, I guess. Yeah. I hope that at some point we do figure out a way to release the full-blown uncut interviews instead of the chopped-down versions that we have on the show, which we are talking about. But it's something to behold. And then also
you have a cameo.
Joel and Todd. Joel, yeah, the cameo.
Yeah, I want to mention that. Yeah, like the whole thing is led by Joel Simmons, who is lead of audio, and he's one of the most well-respected people at the company, and he's taken that thing and has done amazing work managing it and bringing all these people together and producing the show. And Todd Gunnarsson, right?
Yep, and Todd has been absolutely amazing. He's evil side intentions that we joke about, but no, he's been absolutely in everything, helping with everything from lighting to being the second camera before Brian was there, and these guys are a complete blast to work with, and they're hardworking, and it's just awesome to be a part of this.
Yeah,
I guess
it is not a side project. It's not something that we just throw people at once a week to get it done and have it be there. It's a dedicated project that has dedicated people working on it and producing a great show.
Oh, it's very cool to see you expanding the brand, basically, with this stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And the thing is, it's not like a gimmick that we just show ourselves off or do interviews and look at all our connections. Having the community-related content, like episode 2 starts features an interview with QJ Beat, who is big in the community, features footage from the park, this whole story going on with rival days between the different alliances in the park. It's great because it's going to involve the community, and getting to be in the show is going to feel like an achievement for community guys, and that was kind of the point,
Yeah, and you know what? I will say I'm going to cut you off right now because we are only scratching the surface of what I got planned, or what we got planned, I should say, what we have planned. Nice. And at Ben, you'll be very happy to know that we do have a top 10 in the second episode.
Yep.
Which is...
But then you're stealing my work that I'm bringing back. Yeah. You put me out of work already, man.
Remember, man, I started that. I did the top 10, like way back. Going way back.
Well, if Ben can take
Screenshot
over
of
the
the week,
podcast,
sucker.
and if Ben can take over the podcast and say he took it way above and beyond,
Yeah, exactly. I took it to the next level.
She can claim the same for the top 10. She can claim the same about anything.
I just want to announce that I'm changing my title from webmaster admin to executive producer because that seems to be where to go now. So.
I'm just gonna sit here and wallow in my drink.
It's true, isn't it, Ben? I think we should write another Comic Sans letter explaining how jealous we are. It just
remember those things they said about these guys? Yeah, no.
No,
but yeah, the show's out and it's great to see, and of course 2K15 is out. We've been playing that the last couple of weeks. I had to wait a couple of extra days because my copy was slow to arrive in the mail, but I believe you've heard the podcast, you guys, where I gave my initial impressions, and still feeling good about it, I have to say. So, kudos.
That's good.
Yeah, all of John's hard work really shines into the game.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's right there when I brought it up.
Attempt,
Yeah, exactly. It's the first thing you see. Like, John's hard work is the first thing you see, which makes me kind of jealous. Like, you see Italy and you see the show before you even go into my league. Like, this guy came in, like, for 3 days, and immediately he's the first thing you can see. I want to kill him already. Like, he has a window office. This company
it is a nice
its priorities straight. But yeah, the game. So there were the initial impressions. Now you guys have had some more time to play with the game. I know John has also, it's his job now, so he's been forced to play this game. So I was hoping that you guys could...
I've been forced to play not blacktop mode.
Yes.
Because when I'm here, it's just my park and blacktop mode. And it's only my park when obviously it's awesome.
The misery that he has to go through to play other modes than blacktop.
Speaking of which, have we decided on a team yet? So that we're all playing on the same team?
Rivet City. There's no...
Rivet City.
We got an anthem, man.
Okay, Rivet City it is.
Rivet City it is? Okay.
So, do you have, one thing, if you had to pick one thing that has most impressed you about TK15, Andrew, what would that be?
I think it's that it's addressed a lot of my concerns, or the things that were nagging me about the last couple of iterations, even up the jump to next gen or current gen as it is now. Last year, some of the things that annoyed me out of the box with the player AI and such really just seems to have been improved drastically in the space of a year, basically. And that's usually after a few games, I've started doing it. I've seen a few things that annoy me, and that's kind of the way it is. I mean, nothing's perfect. You guys are obviously working and continue to build on this great product, but yeah, I mean that some of the frustrations that have come out quicker in previous years haven't been there this year. So I think that's what I'm enjoying so much, is that I'm really just enjoying the game. And I will get into my GM, I promise you that. But I'm just waiting for the season to start to get more finalized opening night rosters and whatnot, and just to see just exactly what I'm going to do. Am I going to rebuild my Bulls, or get that final piece rather, or am I going to go with something a more challenging team? Whatever, I'll see. But yeah, like that the gameplay, the way that it's really captured me and not giving me that some of the frustrations that were there in previous years. My concerns have basically been allayed for a good part. So yeah,
yep.
That's what
it's like the common sentiment is that for the most part it's a great game out of the box. Like I remember having to spend a lot of time messing around with the sliders in 2K13 until I got the game to the point where I really enjoyed it. But in 2K15, the one thing, like you're talking about gameplay, when I can have so much fun while getting my ass kicked with the Pistons in my gym and my league, like I'm losing and I don't even care because every game is so good. Like when the CPU beats me to the basket, it does it in a move that I know they weren't cheating. There's these little hesitations or these little fake passes and then the drives to the basket. I know I just have to get better. I'm enjoying this game so much. So, Ben, any one particular thing from your time with the game right now that has really impressed you besides how sexy your virtual self looks in my career?
Nothing can stop that sexiness. No,
of course. If you had to pick a second most favorite thing.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling that, a lot of the game, I think the game AI is a lot better than last year, that's for sure. There's not...
Bizarre, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
only maybe little small things that, once the patches are out, and I told you the main one just before recording and that. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to complain about in that sense.
So if you didn't have to complain, and if you had to mention one thing that you really liked,
Okay.
what would that be? I know it's hard for you, Ben, to to say I really like this thing, but maybe try it once.
I like to keep you on the edge of suspense.
I know.
Okay.
Why will you have the whole seat? Oh, I need the edge.
The game is more fun. Let's just say there's not as much anger moments as there was last year. There's definitely more enjoyable. The AI, it comes down to, it seems to be more responding and more responsive than last year in that sense, and less dumbed down. And that was the whole thing from last year. So kudos to that. I am enjoying my career, and that even goes against with some of the things that I had concerns about the way the story was going to be with, coming in 6 months later and, just the whole missing out on potentially being Rookie of the Year and all that stuff. It seems to be more free-flowing in a lot of ways with the way the endorsement stuff is and sort of the cutscenes and that. It seems to be a little bit or deeper than last year. It doesn't seem as empty in a lot of ways. So, again, great improvements to that. I'm waiting for the season to start as well, so I can go into my league and that. So I haven't gone too far in the game modes as yet. I've really just been playing the My Career and the Play Nows and one-on-one in Blacktop.
Okay. I think I neglected to mention the most exciting thing, which was because I have the game on both PC and PS4, so I'm double dipping and can sort of have the different things going on at once. But on my team, on PC, my very first pack, the greatness, Joel Anthony.
Dude, he's on the Pistons. I don't even have to get him on my team anymore. He's on the Pistons.
The work's been done for you.
The great Stan Van Gundy made the first move that I have no doubts for. Did they overpay Jody Mix? Maybe. Is Caron Butler a good fit? He hasn't played so good so far. Okay, maybe there's some worries there. But when all was when all seemed lost and when I had, doubts started creeping about Stan Van Gundy, he goes and gets Joel Anthony. I'm sold.
Well, as a Bulls fan, I'm nervous. Is basically,
I know. It's gonna be a tough matchup. I mean,
Leftos.
It's not a couple of years. Pistons are the team to beat.
Ask me what my favorite part of the game is.
No.
Yes.
This segment is over. We're going past that.
John, what's your favorite part of the game?
Oh, why? Fine, sure.
Black mode. No. I like
2K TV
2.0.
Shameless plug right there.
No, it's not as big of a wow moment. Haha, plug. As jumping over someone's head or anything like that. But best thing that I've done in this game so far, took out all of the good NBA teams, left the 5 worst teams, added all the EuroLeague teams, did a fantasy draft, so I only have the 5 worst teams and free agents for NBA players plus the EuroLeague players I don't know. Go through an entire season. Ray Allen retires. Hire him as my assistant coach. That's not good enough for Ray. Promote him to head coach. Oh, I need an assistant coach now. Chauncey Billups, who also just retired. Just seeing Ray get mad at players in a EuroLeague uniform. Because me and my sick mind of all the stupid things that I like to do with my games.
Oh yeah.
What with the community ballas mod and the hoop it up mod and all that stuff. Just being able to see Ray Allen, the coach, yell at my draft class quality jacked all the way up rookies with handlebar mustaches and everything. It's just like this is a dream come true. And then never mind adding in injuries 2.0. Like I said, the draft class quality slider, a couple other things that we may have talked about. No, dude, my league is for real, and my GM is for real. And Andrew, you're going to love it. So start playing it.
Well, if I must. Fine, I'll play this game that I really like and enjoy.
Do it for the kids, Andrew.
I'm so surprised.
For the kids.
I'm so surprised you didn't get Ray as the coach for the Celtics and really have him.
That's I'm waiting to start.
He's no longer
I'm waiting for the
welcome in
regular
Boston.
season.
Did you see? He's no longer welcome in Boston.
Yeah, well, I guess. But I just really wanted to see, the whole Ray Allen versus Rondo scenario with Ray as coach.
Ray yelling at Rondo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That is awesome, though. 2K, the way it's meant to be played. Just me. But, this is the 100th episode of the NLSC Podcast. You guys were the first, as we said. We had a lot of fun. We've done shows, the four of us together, trios of us, duos of us. I think I've done, I personally have done a show with all different combinations of everyone here. I think the only combination that hasn't been done is without me in the room. Unless you guys got together afterwards and did it. But which, I can't blame you. But any thoughts, guys? You obviously... Well, it's on someone's hard drive, I know it. But
I thought it was
your thoughts as we hit 100 episodes, and some of your thoughts on the great shows we did. Of course, the one with the Tsar, the huge episode, the 3.5-hour episode.
The fight. the epic battle between Sim and Arcade. By the way, these guys throwing all this Arcade Nation crap at me. The fact that I'm here physically and see these people has just put it, and they're all together. This Sim Nation, they're always together. Like whenever you see one, like the other three of them aren't far behind. So you see O'Gallagher walk by. Oh, there's Mike. Yep. Oh, and there goes Stopper too. Wow, look at this. Yeah. Oh, is that Sigurd? Zach Timmerman? Yep, that's him. Yep, he's walking with them too. And I'm just sitting here in the shadows staring at these guys like, I'm gonna get them one of these days. I'm just gonna get a ball and I'm gonna set it on fire and just throw it at them or something.
well, man, you're blacktop, so you're from the streets. That's more real. So
from the streets.
Yeah, but
City.
I know for a fact.
Molotov mini basketball.
I know for a fact that Scott and Mike are on the parks trying to dominate on PS4. So just look around, you might just find them.
Ooh, it's on a plug.
But they're
I believe Scott is Sunset Beach. So
yes. We're gonna rival them. The NLSC group against against Scott, the Sim Nation group, whatever. So it's gonna come down to that pretty soon.
Arcade Nation forever.
No.
But no, it's been.
We're not going
it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any battles yet.
No, but the podcast.
So I'm plotting my time. But no, going back to the question, if there was anything good from the fond memories from the first 100 episodes, there was a lot. Sure. A lot of wow, the girls actually went to sleep tonight. I'm gonna go talk to my Australian friend. And then when we made the changeover from let's have John stay up really late at night to let's have John wake up really early in the morning, and vice versa every once in a while to screw with him. No, I don't really have a specific moment. And obviously, toying with Leftos with Association Mode is something I'm never going to forget because it was hilarious when the game came out and just that's perfect. Of course, when me and him had those moments of thinking of the rabbit hole and all that stuff, is going to stick with me. But the best thing that I can just think of with doing all those episodes with Andrew and Ben here is just looking forward to it and just realizing, no, I get to talk to my friends, talk about stuff that we love to talk about. And it's just really nice to get away and kind of, it's something else just to be able to stroll around again, walk around a random room in the pacing, making an indent in the rug and everything, walking back and forth, just ranting, randomly about these games and these topics that I think about all the time with people who think about the same thing. Less blacktop mode.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I mean, if I had to pick, I still to this day love the fact that I jacked Desar's catchphrase at the end of our big episode. I love that because I loved his reaction too, that he enjoyed it. We all sort of had a bit of a laugh about that. Obviously, it's great to get to go with you guys and talk about this stuff. The stuff that I think that I've enjoyed the most in some parts is the stuff that we don't release, the pre-show and the post-show. Someday we should, because that's hilarious, that stuff. But just when we're warming up or just, it's funny, we talk for 2 hours or whatever when we did the longer shows on or even just when we're doing an hour and a half, we do that, and then we're like, it's late at night for some of us, or early morning, whatever, and we've done the show, we've been talking for a while, and then we end up talking for another hour after that, just about whatever.
I'm going to go to bed now. 10 minutes later, still going. It's like, maybe I should. Yeah, it's a half hour later.
Look what I found on YouTube.
Yeah.
Catherine, don't worry. We'll really be done by 10 o'clock. 1 o'clock rolls around.
Sure.
It took you guys that long to record? Yeah, we had technical difficulties and stuff, and Ben kept dropping, so we had to keep going after. We totally weren't looking at images online and laughing with each other. No, it was all recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Look at this YouTube video.
it's one of my fondest memories was when I first brought up the subject of the podcast, how how unwilling everyone was. Where you throw the idea, and we were like, nah, that's never gonna stick. We're never gonna be consistent enough, and have enough content to talk about every week. So then when I kept poking. When I kept poking to get it done, get an episode done, there's the infamous failed episode that never released. Mostly because Andrew was completely lazy.
Yeah.
And then he learned English.
More so than usual.
Got that voice box working.
But it's there were the first 7 episodes or something where it was me, Andrew, Patrick sometimes. One of it had been, and the thing was, Andrew was in the sidelines going, no, you guys are doing a good enough job. I don't think this is for me. I prefer listening to the thing instead of participating. It's so funny to think about in retrospect. And, and how much, how many episodes he's done now, 90 plus episodes. That we've reached episode 100 is amazing to me. It was depressing to realize how few episodes I had done before I left. And that now we're at episode 100 and I missed the opportunity to be in all of those episodes. I mean, sure, working at 2K kind of makes up for that, but nowhere near as awesome as looking forward to the podcast. Because I was, just like John said, it was something I was looking forward to. Just getting together, talking about video games, bossing both companies we're complete fanboys, talking about NBA basketball as if we know anything about it. It was a lot of fun. It was something to look forward to. It was great, and it's good. The interview episode when I came back was great. The fondest memory I have was definitely John getting my hopes up about association because it was the most natural rage moment I've had in a podcast. I don't know if it was the next episode or a few episodes later when it was announced that association was tuned, the logic was tuned, but no major changes, and John had gotten my hopes so high. It was a perfect rage moment where I got bleeped out. I think that was the first bleeping we had to do because of how enraged I was with John.
And so you went and did something about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was amazing. It was I remember first day I was at TK. Eric Benish takes me out to lunch and he was like, okay, so what one is your favorite? I'm an association guy, and he's like, you're gonna love what I'm about to tell you. And then we discussed, we started discussing my GM and all the work they had done for this year, and little things that I could do to improve the work. It was amazing. But it's the podcast has been one of the most fun experiences. The first interview with Dazar, with me and Patrick, was a lot of fun because back then Nino wasn't really a co-worker or an equal. He was this great basketball video games personality that I looked up to, and I was so happy to interview. And then we did that great episode. I don't know if was it 37, 27. I don't remember exactly the number. That great 3.5 hour discussion.
29.
29.
Yes.
29.
Yes, I was close. 37, 27 was somewhere in between. Come on.
37 is actually your farewell episode.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Completely random that I happened to mention that. You should go listen to that and, cry.
A good old happy accident, eh?
Yes. But yeah, no, I don't want to digress. I really miss the podcast. I keep telling Eric, every time I listen to an episode, I keep telling him, I so miss being on the podcast, And it's hard because there's all these limitations when you work in the industry. You can
Sure.
really talk about a lot of stuff, but just having opportunities like this one or the interview, it's great. It's just great to be back and joke around.
Oh, I mean, it's great to have you guys, and whenever we can set it up, we definitely will. It's funny you mentioned Happy Accident though, because that's kind of how we got Ben on the show, because we thought he was actually leaving.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh my god!
And then we brought him on, and sort of then he became a regular host within a couple of episodes. So yeah. So Ben, what are your memories of because you've done the second most after myself.
Definitely one of the funniest sort of moments that we have aired, and that was it was all fun and games till he wanted to pick your brains.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes. The zombie
And
episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I know that,
God.
and I know that got Leftos, and
Yes.
and
that was a bit. I still.
I think that's when I knew I became accepted by him.
Yes. I had my.
And Leftos doesn't like many people, as he said.
Exactly.
It's quite the privilege to be in the limited list of people that I actually like. No, but
So that was an achievement in itself.
if I can mention my funniest Ben moment was Ben falling asleep during one of the E3.
Oh yes.
That was like the utmost Ben moment during those long E3 nights where we decided to do that crazy thing and recap every day of E3. And at some point, I don't remember which episode it was, we completely lost that.
Yeah.
It was gone. On the call, but completely asleep.
It's like,
And Andrew and I just
What?
acted that
What?
nothing was wrong. Like, that episode came out perfect.
Didn't miss a beat. It just
Yeah,
it has definitely been it has definitely been a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really happy to get you guys back on here for the 100th episode and record this segment, which ended up going much longer than we thought. I'm not surprised about that at all. Neither am I disappointed. So,
Well, we got two of the biggest ranters of the podcast on the same podcast.
yeah.
We can talk.
It's an
We can
all-time
talk.
high for us, isn't it?
You should look forward to the 2K podcast by me and John. It's going to be 5 hours for your listening pleasure.
Yeah,
1
you got
billion view or listens.
you have 2K TV. Do you have 2K radio?
I don't know.
There we go.
Let's trademark that because I don't know if anyone steals
Damn
that
it.
idea.
There'll be
I'm
my.
slapping wood. I'm touching touching the wooden desk here, but it's just not. Yeah, I've lost.
It'll be called My Podcast Mode.
Yes.
My cast, yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show again, guys, and chatting to us and hanging out. It's always fun, and yeah, if we can get you guys on again, please come back.
Apparently, we can come on the podcast once in a while, so there you go.
Jeff, can we? I don't care. Okay. No, it doesn't have
That
to
easy,
end,
huh?
though.
Well.
Like, really? Like, I'm not ready to go. Give me close game. No, I miss it too much. So, thank you guys for having me back, and thank you again for everything for the past nearly 10 years, and I'm still waiting for people at work to realize I have a tattoo on my back.
Well, walk around shirtless. It'll happen.
Gotta lose a little bit more weight.
Is the tattoo of the beard Leftos' beard? Just of that.
I should add that to the O underneath the logo.
And of course, if you have the access to the special section of the NLSC, you'll see those pictures. So stay tuned. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Or just wait for the next iPhone hack.
Yeah.